This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
Me.
Yes.
Me. Oh, that's perfect.
To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark dock.
Unique New York. New York is unique.
You know you need unique New York.
New York. Mother pheasant plucker. Remember that one?
No. I mean, I do, but I couldn't tell you how to do it.
I couldn't tell you what it like.
It is
yeah,
a pheasant feather plucker? A pheasant?
Mother pheasant plucker who plucks mother pheasants. Would you pluck a mother pheasant or something?
It's very hard. Who
I
could
don't
say?
know. You say motherfucker a lot.
Yeah, that's the problem is you get teens to do it in their theater classes. Okay, we've already started having fun. Let's just introduce our guests because we're excited.
I'm so pumped.
I cannot believe we haven't already had her on. It truly boggles my mind that she's not been on the podcast. Because one of my top 10 witches is what I think of when I think of her.
Ooh, top 10 witches.
Yeah, of people who aren't witching, but they're witching. You know what I mean?
But they're witching.
Witching. So this is our dear friend, and she also happens to be a comedy exec at ABC, Dickie Copeland. Hello. You're very cool. You are responsible for people laughing at home watching network television.
That's gigantic.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Living the dream, you guys. Can you even believe it?
The power she holds. This
A proven top of the line. Step in rooms, baby.
Boom. Dickie, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Oh, it's a dream, you guys. I mean, especially too, I was I'm glad we started. You were okay, we got to start recording because I was I could just chat with y'all for.
I know.
dream.
My God. I'm sorry. I woke up so pumped.
Oh, you
I
guys.
can't wait to just hang with Dickie and Marcy and talk about spooky stuff.
One of Vulture's top 10 witches.
You were asking me how my cat Buster is doing, and I was I have a little story. He's doing great, by the way. Also, Dickie, tell them what you did. You did a little something for me, spell work.
Oh yeah, I lit a little candle for and for Buster.
Yeah.
That has been a thing that's always kind of helped on my end with stuff, and lit an orange one specifically for healing, and I hope it helped a little bit.
Did.
Yeah,
He's bounced back.
Aw.
But
That's so nice.
it's so nice, and I really appreciate it. My little story is that two things. I had a mobile vet come on Thursday, and Honey did attack the vet tech's neck.
The neck.
Yes,
The neck.
She screamed, "My jugular!" Very unfortunate.
What?
Very very upsetting for all of us. Then on Saturday, I had an appointment with a human facilitated animal communicator.
Oh
Right.
yes.
What happened?
It was great. She was she talked about Mama and Buster and Honey, and that she was how do I say this about Buster? He is in the moment. This is after going on and on about how smart Mama is. She's he really thinks in the moment, and that how I was well, I wonder how he felt about that, all being sick. She's yeah, he was that was nuts, whatever. And I was that's what he seems like. And then we talked about Mama and how how she could tell I was very resistant at first, and she was sort of also resistant about being a house cat, but was like grateful for like knowing that she had food and stuff, but and that we tried to get her to talk to Honey about being very scared, and she was like, good luck. Like, Honey doesn't know shit about shit. And then when the communicator finally talked to Honey, she's like, oh, she's not as bad as I thought she was going to be. I thought she was going to be like, like a fully feral cat. Yeah. And she's like,
wow.
She's just really anxious. She's really anxious from some stuff that happened on the street, but she's trying. She's like, she's got a good shot at chilling out, but that's this. Oh, and then Bo came through as well.
What?
No.
It's very funny because she was like, Mama is aware of Bo. Not that he's around necessarily, but maybe that you've talked about him and that like she knows that you don't have the same relationship. And that Bo said that like, she's like, a lot of times animals will be like, you will love again, like you will find, and Bo said, you will never in your lifetime. You will never.
Oh my God, Beth just spit out her drink.
Bo is taking care of
Like,
business.
the ultimate ex-boyfriend kind of move.
He was like,
You
"What
will
would
never love again.
He was like,
I promise
He's
it.
like, you will like animals and you will have love with them, but you will never find what we had as a once in a lifetime thing. And I was like, fair. That's fair enough.
Wow,
Yeah.
Buster.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm like, that's hot.
Well,
That's some alpha.
she did say, she's like, sometimes she's like, there are like cats who have like, they're like reincarnated dogs or like dogs in a cat's body. She's like, I think he's more of a person in a cat's body. And I was like,
Yeah, that makes sense for you.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, so that's my kind of not spooky, but
Wow.
paranormal cat update.
And did you feel like good after it, where you're like, okay, that explains, or
Yeah, and she talked about his passing, about like how, because I very traumatized by it still, like
Yeah.
with the Buster stuff, it like really brought it all back. But she was like, he says it's just like it was a day like any other day. There's no like suffering, and it wasn't until till the very, very end that he realized he was even going to die. Like it just was like, oh, this is happening, and then it was gone. Like he was gone. So like there was no like on his part, and I was like, well, that made me feel better. And like it was like emotional, but like very like nice, and she was like, then there was nothing you could do. Like there wasn't a sign you missed or anything. It just was like his time. And then she's like, we think of time very linearly. And that's not true. Like, like 4 years seems like a very short life, but he completed his life.
Oh.
So.
Wow.
Oh, cats, right? Oh, and then
I
he was
know.
like, you're not going to die alone. You're going to find a partner.
Hey, way to bury the lead, Marcy.
Yeah, that's a big one.
was like-
I need to go to this pet person.
She was like, look,
hey
if you-
man, am I gonna die alone or what?
Yeah, she's like, if you're worried about just dying with a bunch of cats around you, that's not going to be the case.
Betsy and I are gonna die together.
Yeah.
Hell yes,
Like
deal.
like we'll get like you get married at 40 or whatever. I'm like, well, if we're still alone. Let's die together.
Thelma
When
and
we're
Louise.
125, we're going down together, dude.
Thelma and Louise driving off a cliff.
Here we go. I love it. I'm in.
I bet you're driving so slow because we're so old.
We're so old. And it's gonna be like some electric car that we forgot to plug in.
Thing where like the first song in your music library starts playing and you're like, oh Lord.
Oh shoot! No, we can't have Venga Boys. Oh, come on. Honestly, we better have that one as we drive off a cliff slowly.
Just kind of like slowly going down the hill then instead. Oh, what a life.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I feel like we should just jump in and ask, because I feel
do
like
it.
you're going to have a lot to say. So
I'm so excited.
Yeah, a combination of being a truly spooky bitch of myself with two black cats also, who could talk about cats endlessly, but also I did my homework. I really was like talking to my family and kind of just like trying to remember all the things. Cause I'm also someone who's like really like, especially when it comes to the occult in general. I'm already answering the question.
Go for it.
I love it.
She's psychic, and we were going to ask what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal? So go for it.
Exactly. When it comes to the occult, I'm just a little, look, I got a Pisces moon. I'm just kind of a little go with the flow about it, but I'm not, I was telling you this too, Marcy, like me and my roommate read tarot and stuff. And my approach to it all, you know, being raised Catholic, I went to Catholic school, elementary school, high school, and my grandparents were both all very Catholic. But my parents are, you know, they let us start even missing Christmas church after a while when we were teens and stuff, like very like just kind of culturally. But I just kind of go with the flow about it. I've never really decided yay or nay, but I think it's a more fun choice to just kind of like let the party roll on, you know? And so that's sort of been my approach to it, where it's like, even like astrology and stuff, it all just feels kind of like a really cool party game and a way to figure people out and know what you like, and sort of a great way to figure out who somebody is, you know? So, but that being said, enough spooky shit has happened to me that I'm a little like, okay, maybe closer to the yay than the nay.
Also, I've had a lot of tarot readings in my life, and you are so fucking like, you're so fucking accurate with that stuff. You've predicted things that like have literally and I say predict,
Dickie,
like,
you gotta read mine.
Would love to.
Okay, we're gonna make that happen.
But yeah, Marcy, you were saying that I was really good at it.
Sorry to interrupt. Marcy,
you are really good at it. And I remember once you were like, my mom said not to do psychic spying or something like that. Like, you're like, be careful of psychic spying. But we were doing it about boys at the time. And it was all so accurate.
Whoa.
I will say we've gotten that a lot. That, like, I remember once a good friend of mine lost her job, and we read her tarot, and it said you're going to get two really good offers at the same time, essentially, was the TLDR of the cards. And I was like, it's one of those things I was almost hesitant to say it, because, my friend lost her job and she had a kid. Like, I didn't want to tell her, like, you're going to be okay. Two things are going to happen at the same time and they'll be great choices. But I sort of kind of, in that moment of like, I'm like 80% like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, just whatever, trust it. Told her that. It's exactly what happened. 2 weeks later, she got 2 jobs offers within the same 24 hours, the same work day. And was sort of called me and was like, now I got to decide between these two, And I was like, wow, it is so wild how that happens sometimes.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe? But I will absolutely read your cards, Bets. I'm excited to see what they have to say. But yeah, I am always like, do you want to do a love spread? Look at the people.
Let's see. Yeah.
Dickie, has there ever been have you ever pulled a card and been like, uh-oh?
Yeah. There's also been things I've like learned, like, especially when I read about stuff that's been myself, like I an ex-boyfriend or whatever. And I found out a year later, I'm like, oh, that's what that meant. And I kind of did that thing where I interpreted it in the most painful way for me. Like, I remember I kept pulling these cards that was like, he's fine. He's learning. He's like on a journey or whatever. And I was like, great. Like, he's all good. He figured it out. And then a year later, he's like, no, I finally started going to a therapist after we broke up. And I finally started like trying to piece together why you were all the things like separately that I wanted, but why it just didn't seem to work out. And like figured out I'm an angry person, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, that's why I liked you. But yeah, so I that's been really the thing, is like, I'll pull cards that aren't so scary, but like if they're about stuff, you're sort of like, oh shit, they don't like me anymore. But that's not necessarily what they're. So trying to get past my own self has been the hardest. So sometimes scary cards, like for me, like the Tower and stuff, like, and death cards, like one of my favorite cards. Like, I think that the death card is like kind of like your red flag hottie in the room, and there's not, he's not a spooky card, but like sometimes the Tower card, which is all about stuff shaking up, is actually a good sign,
Right.
And so, but the stuff that looks like kind of can hurt your feelings, like that's been tough. And it does come along quite a lot, where people are like, how do you tell them maybe I think they have moved on,
Right.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh man.
Yeah. But that's been the way. But it's never been like you're gonna die or anything. It's always been more like, I think this is probably the truth, right?
Yeah. Yep. Totally. Wow.
Now, do you have to like look up what the cards are, or do you like know by now? You kind of
I know by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sort of know.
Because there's 72 cards, right, that you have to interpret.
Yeah, the cards themselves tell a story though, so it's not too hard to kind of piece it together. And then also too, what's really interesting is, people have different interpretations, and Hannah and I discovered too that not only different interpretations for the cards, but we've had decks that have behaved differently. Like the deck we used a lot was really funny. Like it would sort of like pull the same cards for some things. And Marcy, remember?
Yes. It was like one night she was like, okay, the card's like being kind of a bitch right now.
Exactly. And you're like, oh, like a different deck. Like if it's not my deck, sometimes we've played with ones at someone else's house. And I've been like, this deck is very, very spooky. Remember when you were house sitting, Marcy? And we played with that deck? It was like very scary. Kept pulling the 10 of swords, which is like a kind of, it's the one with the person with all the swords down their spine, kind of lying on their face. Yeah. That one's a pretty scary one, but it kept pulling that about like mundane stuff. And we're like, oof, we don't like this vibe,
It was just like, get out of here. Get out of here.
It was like, fuck you, kind of.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Hi. Bye.
Whoa.
I should have told my friend about that.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then where do we go from there? There's so many other things. Like like, what are your interests when it comes to paranormal?
Like I was going to tell you guys, because I know you guys have both done the guiding circle. I've done that too. I've had readings with her, and they've been like I remember once too when I was dating my last boyfriend. She was talking about him, and she was like, "Yeah, like there's big trauma for him, like 13 years ago or whatever." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." And then later he was barbecuing, and I was talking to him, and I was like, yeah, I asked her about you or whatever. And he said, oh, what'd she say? It was like, like good vibes, a lot of stuff. But that you had big trauma 13 years ago. And he stopped like kind of cold. And he's like, I haven't told you about that. And I was like, what? And he was in a car accident when he was 16. That like is the whole reason his back is fucked up. And like had to be pulled out with the jaws of life. Like a friend, was fully like, the way he described it, one of his friends, I'm telling his story. But anyways, his friend was like scalped in the front. I know. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry.
No, you're blowing us away.
Yeah, but that was like his traumatic thing. And to this day, I'd never figured out, oh, that's why he doesn't like to not drive. Oh, that's why he's like, he kind of like is a little superstitious about that whole thing. And also too, just like trying to do yoga to fix that back and all that stuff. And so crazy. She like knew that.
Wow.
To the year.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
She's good.
She's great. She told me this is my last life.
I mean, I feel like I should give you a going away present.
Yes.
Like, you did it. You did it. You know?
Did it, man.
Let's see what happens next.
You paved the way for the rest of us. We're the next solar system, right?
Yeah. We'll see when I'm a triangle. Sacred geometry.
Hell yeah, dude.
So do you so you do candles and stuff. So what do you feel you do candles? So
I do candles.
How would you describe that? Like what do you, when you're lighting those candles, like what do you feel like is going on there?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a manifestation kind of thing. I think it's a focusing kind of will, maybe energy, wish, there's a little bit of that. There's also just a little bit of the routine of it. I think that is really calming and helpful. And then also, the X factor of me don't know, like could be this, could be that. But I've done the same. I've got a couple books. I've been thrifting books about like spell books for a long time. It's kind of been a fun thing. I just think they look pretty is the truth. And I'm big, of course, into love spells and stuff. And I kind of got into like green magic for a hot moment, where you're like growing plants intentionally and kind of in the cycle of the moon and all of that, and at certain times of the year, which, already gardening is so connected to time and the earth and the moon and all of that. So, but, just kind of dabble, checking it out, blah, blah, blah. And I just found over repetition that these things tend to help. So I'm kind of a kitchen sink point of view, why the hell not? I really am and it feels nice to be able to do something, right? You hear a friend's cat is really sick and you know what that's like and what is there you can do. And it's well, maybe just throw a little bit of good spirit their way,
Yeah. Can you use any candle?
You can.
Should you?
Yeah, there's ways to clean a candle too, sort of just a little cleansing spell you can do with it. Okay. The idea, I think, is to do it with intention. If you just intend to do it, they say too, if you don't really know what you're doing, putting a protective circle around it. Usually I'll take a favorite necklace and kind of just put it around the circle, and that will sort of help. Just as a way to kind of not fuck with something that maybe might see an open door. But
yeah, that's spooky.
Yeah. And I think that's probably where we're headed is I've definitely let, I know, Marcy, you had a ghost come into your place and we've had things kind of pass through that have been a little spooky, but yeah.
Oh my God.
I never really put it together with me fucking with stuff and being hey, this is fun. Yeah. They probably are connected.
Yeah. They're someone's interested. Let's go see what that's about. Now, I'm of the belief that whatever you believe works is going to work the best for you.
Yeah.
So I think that's why you're, the way you work through it or process stuff it really works. I have curiosity about this love spell though, because that is controversial in witch talk.
I know.
Really?
So,
well, I kind of, the way I feel is if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not so much make them fall in love with me as it is hey, if it's there, open the door a little wider is kind of how I feel about it. But also too, I am sort of well, just see.
I've done a honeypot before.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I did. How did that go?
Ultimately, I don't know that I followed through well, and it did. I might have thrown it away. And let me tell you, the throwing it away part did work because a honeypot spell is to sweeten someone to you, not necessarily a love spell, but I did it for a work situation that I was I want this person to like me more. And like I said, I did throw it away, and I was well, the throwing away part, that felt like that did happen. So, but I'm just always curious about that stuff.
There's a pretty cute little candle spell that if you put two next to each other and you carve your name, just in the wax, and carve their name in the wax, and then you just kind of light them at the same time and see what happens, it can kind of tell you a little story. If one flame burns a lot faster, if one leans into the other, if they go at the same time, if the flame is really flickering a lot, that can mean all sorts of different things. And you can kind of just Google it too if you want to do it on your own.
When the one flame hops off and runs away. Oh, okay. I guess that's it.
All of a sudden, there's another candle, and the
the flame goes to that one, and is hey.
It just won't light too. Sometimes no,
just not
sorry.
gonna light. Yeah. So tell us about some of the stuff that's passed through the place. She's taking off her glasses. She's getting serious.
All right, I'm getting. Here we go. Right. Yeah. It's so the background too for me, I'm the oldest sister of three girls. And so my little sister has always made a joke that I'm very haunted, but I have never felt particularly haunted, even though haunted stuff has always kind of happened to me. My room was above hers in our house, and she would say that she heard me walking around in the room and then come up to be hey, go to fuck, I'm trying to sleep. And I'd be completely out of sleep. And the TV used to turn on a lot, and I just wake up and go turn it off. My personality type was just sort of okay, not really bothered by it, and sort of tell my sister just to freak her out. But but then one time I was on a road trip with a good friend of mine, Emily. She and I grew up together. And we stayed at the Weatherford Hotel in Flagstaff, Arizona, which is an old hotel where William Randolph Hearst stayed, and Wyatt Earp stayed there, and we stayed there because it has a balcony. And I was like, I want to like see the street and stuff from the balcony. And then we're kind of like looking up, and they're like, this place is really haunted. Like a young couple on their honeymoon was murdered in one of their rooms.
Whoa!
And so much stuff happened around that room that they wound up turning it into a storage closet. They're like, we're not, no one can stay there anymore. Because like, I guess like people being there would hear their names called, and there's a ballroom there too that's supposedly very haunted. And of course, we found all this out in the bar or whatever, and we go back to bed. And my friend Emily and I are like sharing, we were in our early 20s, so we just like split like a little twin bedroom or whatever. The rooms were pretty small, and we were like,
are you both in a twin bed, like together?
We're like sleeping kind of back to back. Yes. One rolled over and the other went. So it's like we're kind of just sleeping back to back in the small bed, and it was like against a wall, and she was sleeping against the wall, and I started sleeping like out more towards the door. And like the room got kind of cold, and I was sort of like just awake, and I'm on my side, and it's so concrete. I don't even really know, but like it literally felt like she tapped me on the shoulder twice, just like like that hard, not too hard, like just totally normal. And I go, yeah, Em, and I'm like turning around, and she's fully on her side facing the wall, completely asleep. And I was just like so spooked. I like sort of jumped out of bed, turned on the lights, and that was kind of it, and it was just like this thing that was like, when I'm telling you, it was so like, I felt it, like it happened.
Yeah.
And I just kind of didn't sleep for the rest of the night. Just left the lights on. She slept. We woke up, she woke up in the morning, and I kind of told her about what happened. And she was like, ugh, she said at one point, like, she thought she heard knocking on the wall. Yeah. And it like kind of went down the wall or whatever. And so
Ew, that's so creepy.
Well, and what's really creepy is I had dreamed about knocking. So I'm pretty sure I like dreamt it, and that was before I had woken up and felt the tap on my shoulder.
Whoa.
And then, we got out of there and we left Flagstaff in our rear view, and nothing had ever really happened. But then Hannah and I, were doing tarot sharing during the pandemic, and I was sleeping one night, and this is where it gets kind of scary. So basically I dreamt that I was sleeping in my bed, and I was on my back, and then I rolled over on my side, and there was a man lying in the bed next to me on his side facing me. And he was like, so we were like really close, like face to face. Like I just rolled over and he was right there.
Ew.
I know. And he was like eyes wide awake. Like, and I can't really tell you what he looked like, but just like scary, scary, right? Like the eyes were really intense. And I was in like sleep paralysis, like couldn't move. But I'm trying to move. He's right there. I finally sit up, and I sit up I like wake up, sit up, like heart racing. And there's like a shadowy figure at the foot of the bed.
Oh my God.
I know. And I was like, well, this is real. This is real life. I knew the thing before was a dream. And I thought, my brain dreamt that to wake me up because there's someone in the room.
Oh, God. Oh, I got so many chills. Oh, God. This is perfect. This is what we live for.
And this is the only thing that's ever really happened. So it's sort of, and I haven't really, it's not a story I tell a lot because, I'm just like, I remember like the next day I was like, did I get texted back and work and blah, blah, blah. But like, So I sit up, and there's a shadowy figure at the foot of the bed. I sleep really in a super dark room too. So I was like, I remember thinking, the triangle between me, him, and the door, I'll never make it out the door. So I gotta just like fight this guy.
Oh,
and like
God.
In making the decision, like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to fight. So like I kind of almost like went forward to be like, it went away. And I was like, okay, but then thinking about it later, it was really funny. I was like, did I just like kind of pump fake a ghost?
Don't do it in here. Dork. Sorry. Yeah, you fucking dork. Get out of here.
Oh, nerd.
That's okay. We got to remember to pump fake a fucking dork ghost.
I was like, okay, I got to like make, like go hit it or something. I don't even know what I was thinking. It all happened so fast. But then the next morning, I'm like making coffee, and Hannah and I quite often, chatting, making coffee. She goes, I dreamed there was a guy in the house last night.
Oh,
I know.
My God.
And I was like, it was one of those things where it's like, I almost don't want to tell her. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I was sort of like, in my way, I'm like, I guess I'll just try to take care of it or figure it out or something, you know? Like, I don't want to scare her because she will be scared.
Right.
I was like, yeah, there's something in my room. But I did tell her. And then we kind of just did the whole thing where it's like salt, light, whatever we got, like kind of just like, and I'm, being raised Catholic, just kind of went to bed that night saying my prayers in French. Like, okay, like, let's just do again,
pull
kitchen
all the
sink the thing.
Like, let's just whatever.
In French? I'm sorry, you cultured bitch.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, my grandmother was like Cajun French, and so it's sort of it's always been a thing that like je vous salue Marie, like it just kind of comes to me that way.
Wow.
And I thought in like a witchy way, I was like, well, maybe it'll help her be on my side or whatever.
Yes.
Not that she's like gonna. So yeah, just doing it with intention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is really. So, like, I'm a very much a lapsed Catholic, too, right? It's really hard religion as an adult.
Oh, I'm done with it.
Yeah, it's hard.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's very hard to, feel
support.
Like it's support is exactly what it is. And that's just like the church is hard to support, whatever.
Right.
But I recently had someone that I knew who had like a family member who was ill, and like it was like a sudden thing where it was very kind of like a surprise to them. And I was just like, I literally was like, and this is far away and I've never met them, but I was like, just send Archangel Michael over there to take care of them.
Yeah.
And then like, they were, I mean, I can't take credit, but
Marcy, you saved them.
But
yeah, I'm gonna say they
did live. I will say this: they certainly were not dead the next day. So, we're just saying, me and Michael.
I mean, regardless, that is a super sweet thought.
Yeah, to just be like, I like to think of that as like, that's the ultimate protector. He's coming in with some fucking swords. He's like, if someone's coming for you, he's not letting them in.
Yeah. Oh man.
And just the visual of that too, like this like giant being.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've always, I'm the same way. I haven't been to church in 100,000 years. And even when I went as a kid, I was never like really like, yeah. I remember in the second grade when they taught us about the communion, I remember thinking like, guess hedge your bets. Like, sure, why not? But like, even back then being like, no, I don't know if this is really true.
Same.
But right. But I love having grown up and becoming more of a romantic in a lot of my like sensibilities. I kind of love the Virgin Mary, love the idea of all the saints. And, there's something kind of like soothing about it now. And as I've grown older, but would I ever go to church? Like, God, no, I get that feeling of like having to clean out a closet. Like, no.
Oh God. Just like, the last time I went to church, my sister made me.
Yeah.
Because she was my ride to my parents' place in Colorado. And she's like, well, we're going to, it was Christmas Eve.
Uh-huh.
And I was I was so damn bored. I hated it so much. And I just went right into kid mode again of just like counting the beams and just like being like, did Jesus's head just move? No, I guess not. Like just so like right back into it. And I was just like, I'm never doing that again, man.
Did you sort of do that thing too where you mumble back all the like sayings?
Yes. I was like, oh, God, they're still in me.
Yeah.
Get them out of me.
And also you.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't been to church in a long time, but I don't think it would. I don't have like super duper strong feelings, but I do. I follow this. Not Instagram. I follow like a Twitter account, Sisters of Mercy. Like there's a group of nuns who are, I think one of the reasons I started following them is because they are anti capital punishment, and that's like I very firmly believe that we shouldn't be killing people. So like, but like I always follow them. I'm like, the sisters of Mercy are usually on we have very similar like ideals of them like wanting peace and like people to have equality and stuff. Like some of it I can still get down with. I just I'm like, yeah, guys, stop giving them your money. They have too much of your money.
That's the clincher.
Yeah, they're not in charge of anything. You can make up your own decisions about how your life is supposed to go.
Right. And I'm not sure that book really has the answers, but also too, look, I'm someone who's collecting spell books. So like, there's something about like, take from it what you need, but the whole thing, my God, there's just.
But I also could understand women being like, I'm not getting married. I want to go live with a bunch of other women and I'll never have sex. I don't even care. I'm like, I understand that. Yeah, that fully tracks for me. But like, we'll pray and hang out. That's fine.
Pray and hang out. Yeah.
wear the same outfit every day. Like
Good.
your little
I don't have to think about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Now,
join the choir, sing for the Pope.
Do some gardening, whatever.
Yeah. Brew some ale.
Yes. Shit, we should start a convent where we just make beer.
Yeah, I've come all the way around on it now.
There is
oh my God.
the Sisters of the Valley who are nuns who grow weed, but I don't know that they're really nuns. They say they are, but they're
all right. If y'all are gonna be nuns,
okay,
what would be your nun name?
Ooh. Ooh, nun name.
What's your nun name?
Nun name. That's a good question. My saint name was Saint Rose.
Oh, that's pretty.
Patron saint of chastity. That really stuck for a long time, guys. Don't do that. Don't manifest.
You can't wash that off in the shower.
Yeah, that's hard to get rid of. It's a weird kind of manifestation happened there. I don't know. I do. Yeah, maybe I would. You know what? If you're gonna do it, go ahead and do it. Be Saint Rose again. She tried
Saint
to.
Rose.
They tried to chop her head off. You couldn't do it. You couldn't chop her head off.
Oh, cool. I don't know any. I don't remember any of the saints or anything.
I know, right? Let's see. There's like an Anne. I think there's an Agatha. I think there's a Mary.
I'll
of
be
course.
Nun Agatha.
Because that sounds scary.
Yeah, Agatha's a scary name, dude.
Well, also Agatha is probably gonna, that thing where there's like a TV series and then a bunch of kids get named it later,
Dude, Agatha is absolutely gonna come back.
Yeah, and I think that series is gonna rule once it comes. The WandaVision spinoff.
Oh.
With Catherine Hahn.
Yes. So that'll be Agatha.
Dude, so many people are going to name their kid Agatha after that.
Okay, so I guess like Sister Agatha is like the coolest name you probably could have chosen.
Holy shit, okay, Sister Agatha.
You won the game.
Dickie, what's yours?
Who's that? God, the soldier that she died, the French one.
Joan of Arc.
Yeah, I would have loved, I think maybe it'd be a Sister Joan.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
We're badass. Yeah. That's the thing.
Why not?
Badass.
There's some good nuns.
Good nuns.
Our beer will be none your business.
We'll have another beer called None Y'all Driving.
Yeah, and then there's going to be like a really high ABV lager or whatever that's like nun chucks, and it's like a picture of a nun puking on the on the
You'll
bottom.
drink one of these and you will chuck, man.
It'll kick your ass.
It'll kick your ass.
We have so many business ideas on this podcast.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Because Leonardo and Raphael and stuff, those are also kind of Catholic-y. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Oh God!
These turtles and these nuns fell in the same like radiation or like ooze and turned into the ultimate Ninja Turtles.
What is it, like turtles in a half shell? So it'd be like sisters in a condominium or something.
In a half veil.
In a half veil, yes. In a half, yeah, exactly.
Now you were saying that your sisters were like, there was stuff. Did anyone else in your family is it just Dickie alone, or does anyone else have something about them that is like on the spookier side?
Well, this is a really actually great question for me, because my family, it has this funny thing where, my middle sister is like very, she was a history major, and she's like so kind of into it, just curious, just very like loves, she's such a good listener, like one of those people that's like basically kind of an empath. And I'm a little bit more of an asshole. So it's so funny that I'm the one that's like kind of like, I'm just trying to like sneak out of the house or whatever, like leave me alone. And then my dad is, he's an engineer, and he's just very like, he can fix anything you put in front of him. And my mom they're both voracious readers, but my mom reads a lot about like, people seeing things during surgeries, and she's just very like open to a lot of new ideas and stuff. But my dad is the one that has told a ghost story pretty much my whole life. And then when I was telling him, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing this podcast, he's like, oh yeah, that story. And I was like, oh, that's fucking right. And it's so funny, now I have grown up and I'm a person that has like one ghost story, but my dad's ghost story was he was in Philadelphia growing up as a teen. And he and a bunch of the dudes on the block, like there's a haunted house in the city that they were like, we're going to go fuck around in it to like prove that we're not scared.
Yes.
And so they go into the haunted house. It's in the summer. And it's like, I'd asked my dad, I was like, he's like, it's a sweltering like Philadelphia summer. And they go at night, and it's just them. And it's a really old, dilapidated house. People have seen things in there forever. And people at this point like aren't really going in. There's nobody else there. It's just the three of these guys. And my dad said they walk in, they kind of like jimmied open a door or something to get in. And he said a lot of stuff's like broken around the place, whatever. And there's a big like staircase coming from the second floor down into the main foyer where they're like in. And he said the room got like, the temperature dropped like crazy. And he saw, I've heard the story my whole life. He saw something like blue. He said it wasn't floating. It came down the stairs. And my dad got so scared that he jumped out of like what was like a broken window, just jumped straight through it and left, and was like, I don't care. He's like, we walked in trying to be like big boys. I was like, I'm a little boy. I'm out of here. Like,
goo goo gaga, my baby.
Mommy, come get me. Yeah, like truly. He said it was like the fastest, like saw the thing. He was like, absolutely hell not for me. And that he's like, I would have thought someone was kind of maybe messing with us, but the temperature drop is what like scared him. Yeah. And so that's why he jumped out. And then ever since, so we've always been like, he and I both have these like concrete examples of something that happened to us that like never forget. But he and I are also the ones that are sort of just kind of like, doing Sudoku in the morning and not really talking about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so, because there is that like, you kind of just know sometimes, or your body just really is like, this is not good, bail or react, like, that's so wild.
I was literally talking about that in therapy, this morning and before, that sometimes your body has the first reaction even before the mind.
Yeah.
Like the body reacts first. So that like you can trust the body to, so that's interesting that your dad's first reaction was to get out.
Yeah. Completely flight. Like absolutely cannot. Well, Mercy, how does your body react? Like, where do you feel it in your body?
It depends. Like I'm one of those, but I've been in a situation where like I walked into a space and just was like, nope. And just like, like really just like got right out of there before I even like thought about what was going on. Or like I've been in dangerous situations. Like I, was robbed at gunpoint once, and like my body just like froze to think. And I don't know how long it froze. But like I was able to think so many thoughts in probably less than 5 seconds. Like I really thought through stuff. And then also like, I will sometimes fight, it just depends. Or like when I had that ghost in my room, I just sat up and screamed really loud, like, so it just depends on, like I said, I think the body knows, like it knows like this is your best bet. Get the fuck out of there.
Because I bet your dad, if it was somebody fucking with that, like would have, because of the, I bet there would have been like enough things for him to be like, wait, nuh-uh, something's happening, but to just be like, I gotta get out of here immediately, like that really means something, like.
Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely. It's spooky. Yeah, especially too, if you know my dad, he's like a really strong guy, and he's just like, he's someone too that I'm sure would get angry and fight. And I've seen that happen, and he's like a real defensive, like great Papa Bear about a lot of stuff. But like, I've never seen my dad really scared like that,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy too.
I also
But yeah,
think people are pretty quick to judge like what the response is, like the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn.
Right.
Especially women get really blamed for the fawning and the freezing. But like I said, I think your body like just like best chance of survival. Go.
yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I think that there are 4 doors, and you choose the one that's probably going to be the best, and
Yeah, in that moment.
yeah. I read this thing about nightmares and how the actual purpose of them, like from caveman times, is that you would dream about, like, say, like, something coming into your cave or whatever, like in a caveman, like just, but it meant to be practice. And so you would be able to fight things and make those decisions in your head before it actually happened in real life as like a survival mechanism. And now we kind of don't really have that anymore. So you dream, all your scary dreams are really you just like trying to live through it once or twice so that if it happens, you've already kind of run the simulation in a way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's fascinating. I've never heard that.
Isn't that kind of like comforting too? It's like, oh, there's a reason. And actually it's just practice,
Or even like the stuff where you're like, oh, something really sad happened in my dream. It's like, that's your like brain being like, if it were to happen, let's prepare for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Or like something like, hey, times have been really good, winter may be coming, like just, sort of checking off a box to do, like, especially as you go through puberty, that's like a lot of too, like, okay, you might be having sex, let's figure it out, like all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Whoa.
But I like that thought too. And I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. And that if you could kind of really connect to that thought, the next time you have a nightmare, you kind of be like, okay, what am I going to do? As opposed to just being a little bit caught up in like, oh no, not again,
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
My last nightmare was that a homeless lady was chasing me with scissors.
And
What are you going to do?
Well, it's funny because in my takeaway in the dream is because the woman was harassing someone else, and I was like, I'm going to go intervene. And then she turned and I was like, okay, now I learned my lesson. You know what?
Don't
Not your
intervene.
problem. Let her. If she's look, she was just screaming at someone, but you told her to stop, and then she chased you with scissors, and that was more dangerous. So
Honestly, that's a good lesson.
Good
That's a
takeaway.
really good lesson.
yeah, let her do her thing.
were you running like just as fast as you can, or were you doing that like kind of like football, like side to side? Like,
I woke
maybe
up.
a loser.
I woke up because my brain was like, nope, we don't know the solution to this other than getting stabbed. I don't want to get stabbed, so we're waking on up.
This one's a dead end.
Yeah, nope, I don't. I also I pull myself out of dreams a lot like that. When it's like before things actually get scary, I'm like, check, let's get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when I was a child, I had a stuffed animal that I was convinced stopped bad dreams. And I think it did.
What
I
was
know.
it?
It was like a purple hippopotamus.
Oh, good.
Do you know what a puffalump is? They were like in the 80s or whatever. They were different little big animals. I still have it, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Because even just like going to bed being like, you're not going to let me have, like, even just going and being like, I'm not going to have a bad dream is such a good way to go to bed.
Yeah. And I think it worked. And I had to sleep with it just about every night. It was kind of like a little, not a security blanket, but just the stuffed animal. But I do think that like, to make it full circle, is sort of like the candleness of it all, right? Like, it's just this idea of like, okay, I'm going to try to make a decision here and set it up for the best chance of success, and like, why the hell not? Like,
right.
And look, that worked growing up. So
might as well keep doing it.
If that dude comes back, you got to put that puffle up out there.
yeah, I'm going to put him at the end of my bed.
Yeah. Bring it on, you bastard.
Not here.
I'm going to
Put
stop
little
you.
brass knuckles on the end of his little arm.
Cute.
Now, I'm of the belief that black cats are very protective too.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
I've just always heard that like, well, one, black is protective, like black stones, black cat.
Like you just made my black cat.
Hey, look who just popped up.
Lyle. That's Lyle, right?
That is Lyle, yeah.
He knew I was talking about him.
I know, which is spooky too because I have headphones on, so he didn't hear anything.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, the black is protected, black candles, right? Black, stones. And, I've always heard that, yeah, black cats kind of like ward away any like malevolent spirits and stuff. And my cats are, I mean, one of them's a tortie, but tortie is just a mutation. So maybe she was a black cat. We don't know.
Right.
And they are ferocious when the girls are, at least when they think someone's outside. I've always known where the person is. The cats run to where they think they are outside.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. And do they make you feel safer too?
I don't know about that.
Well, you got a cat that flew at a jugular, man. Like a vampire.
So you'll be fine.
I think you're good.
It's funny. She's scared. She won't let me pet her because she's too scared of me. But I do think that she would like be on guard if anyone were to come in the house.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Bo would let me know if someone was outside too.
Yeah.
Like I would hear a growl.
Yeah. Hunk, actually, which is my other black cat that I've had a year longer than Lyle. Hunk came and alerted me about a black widow spider in our laundry room. He like came in chirping at me, which he doesn't really do a lot. And I was like, okay. And he kind of was walking and like looking back, come follow me. And I did. I went and followed him, and there's a black widow and he was like looking at it. And I was like, holy shit. Like he came to tell me.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Hunk, that's awesome.
Little buddy. But
he was like, normally I would eat this, but I think it might be bad, so you let me know what to do. Yeah,
and then I like overcorrected to kill it. I went and got like the biggest like brick I could find from outside, and it was just like when I dropped the brick on it, I was like, I felt good that it was for sure a quick death, but like I love spiders. I actually like have kind of had a weird creepy thing where I like ever since I read Charlotte's Web and James and the Giant Peach, like those two little pieces of spider propaganda, like really like stayed with me. And to this day, I catch them, I release them, and
I try to always catch them and release them. Sometimes they scare me too much, and I just wham. Yeah, I'm sorry, but for the most part, I'm like, let me try to just throw you into nature.
Yeah. A hot tip, those big matchbooks or whatever, or like a box of matches.
Yeah.
That's like a great thing to catch them because you can put the open part over them and then just kind of slide up the bottom part of the box. Then they're in the box and then you just release them.
And only their legs are sticking out trying to get at you.
I keep the big one, not the little one. Although I usually just do a cup and a piece of paper. But like, yeah, it's that thing where I've always just really liked spiders. But and then I went and I killed that one with a brick, and I was just like, nah, it didn't need a brick, Just done a
We're all trying our best. We're trying our best.
Just nuking a little spider. Like, okay. Man.
I'm so curious. I know you have other stories, so I don't know how to lead into them, though. I'm just like, I just want you to feed them to me. I know.
Oh, that's a great open-ended way to
feed them.
Yeah,
feed me.
Them. Let's see. I'm trying to think too. The past life people that the guiding circle was telling me about were pretty. All that stuff was like pretty kind of spot on too. Like she had said. Also, what's funny is when. I remember Carolyn, like basically I'd called on my phone and I had an early morning appointment, and it's like, you could kind of like be like, yeah, of course she would know this. But I literally was like, oh, I don't have time to make coffee. I'll just do the call and figure it out later. And I pick up the phone. She goes, you can make your coffee and call me back if you want in 5 minutes. Like, not even like, how are you? Just truly picked up and was like, you can go make your coffee. And I was like,
whoa.
Well, first off, thank you.
Yeah. I need it.
And I was like, I will do that because I am desperate to be like awake and like knowing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so I made coffee, hopped back on and recorded it. And then she basically said that in my past life, the one that sticks out to me was being in World War I in the trenches and being a photographer for it. that like basically I was sort of like taking a lot of pictures in the trenches, definitely died there, but like also was like not like, she said your soul is really good at like capturing and telling a story. And I was like, whoa.
Yes, it is.
I know, right,
Yeah.
you guys? I was like, that is like sort of like the way I approach everything, you know? And also just even my job now as a comedy exec, I was in drama for a decade, and like just the idea of like story, you know, I wanted, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be like writing novels or something.
Right.
Like, yeah. And so it's just kind of, it was so wild that she like really nailed a part of my core character. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then
when we were hanging out not long ago, I was like, I think your like superpower is being able to see people for who they really are, and in that you notice what's special about people.
Yes.
Oh, that's so nice and true.
That is so lovely. And definitely I think like that cuts almost to like a reason for being for me, you know. That's like how strongly I feel about that. And she was saying that that's like what I was doing in the war, like trying to really show the people in the war and like what it was really like that was sort of my mission or whatever. Wow. And then definitely probably took like a shell to the face or something, and that was that one. But which I love picturing myself as like a hot like Canadian 20-year-old just fucking
just taking good pictures and
just in the sun, like fuck this place. But then she said one of the little guardians I have is Theta Barra, the silent film actress. Yes! And I was like, oh, that's so, of course, like how cool, you know what I mean? Like, that was just like really, and also too, like, you know, there's been 100 sort of tarot stories and stuff over, like, even I've seen it happen to Hannah. I've seen us pull cards and stuff, but like, you know, the last time I got my tarot cards read once, you guys.
Yes.
And of course I was asking about this really beautiful man I was having sex with that no one knew about. And I was like, and we had ended it to be like, hey, like, you know, we should be friends or whatever. And because I was sort of like, I would like to be more. And he was like, But then she was reading my cards about it. And she basically said that he was just in it for the sex and kind of just like, you know, just in it for the physicalness of it. It's just about the physical for him. And I cried. I was so upset to hear it. You know what I mean? But then like, as the years have gone on, I'm like, is that not the ultimate compliment that like this hot guy just wanted to fuck your body? And it made me cry. I'm like,
my mind.
No, not me.
Fuck my mind, please.
But I can tell stories.
Well, I think also like how do I say this? I think part of like becoming more, I don't want to say feminist, but it is feminist, is to be like, I don't ever need like that kind of validation, like like that I'm a smart enough, funny enough. Like I fucking know that. I know that. Do you want to fuck this body?
I think that's exactly what did happen to me. Like as I was growing up, I was sort of like, oh, I don't need to be loved back to feel, but I did. It is that thing where I was sort of like, he was hot. That's what I liked about him. Like, you know, just another comedian out there. It wasn't like someone that had, you know, more than $40 or whatever. And now I'm like I just was like, yeah, baby, you're the cutest. But like, you know, not trying to talk either.
Like, it wasn't some brilliant mind or anything.
Yeah, exactly. We're just little kids in our 20s or whatever. So, but it's just so
bodies.
funny. Just these beautiful bodies. In fact, now that would be the goal. Now I'm like, oh, if only I could recreate that.
How fun to just do it and then see like, peace out, man.
And then make a really solid friendship. But yeah, there's just all these like little kind of tiny things. You know, we've talked a lot too about like black cats and just the animals of it all. And, you know, same thing with spiders. Like I do kind of, you know, every now and again you see like a bird or something. And there is something I feel there is something greater, you know what I mean? And I don't really know what it is, but I do think that is true. And the stories I've heard too from other people, you know, like all my grandparents are gone, all 4 of them, full clean slate. But like they like, I do feel like there have been ways that they've like said hello, you know, at certain times, and you just kind of go, you just like know it in the body, right, Marcy? Like, I don't know,
just feel that stuff.
Yeah. Do you guys have all of your grandparents or
No. They
were.
Mine been gone for at least 10, 11 years now. Yeah.
Mine were gone. Like my mom's side, they were dead before I was alive. And then my dad's parents died when I was like 4 or 5. I don't know.
Yeah. I know. Also, I think mine went a little earlier too, because it's just heavy drinkers, heavy smokers, you know, they really put their bodies through it. So.
Yep. That was exactly, I think, my parents' case. Parents' case. Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen anyone die?
Oh no!
Sorry, Betsy.
I can't believe like I've never thought of that. Like nobody's ever asked me that, and like, holy shit!
I mean.
No.
I was there before my grandfather died, so I saw like the last like day or so. But then like I held Bo as he died. Which is like weird to like feel that. You're like, well, now they're gone. Yeah, in your hands. Yeah, I saw my grandmother pass away. I was in the hospital room when she passed, and it was crazy because it was that thing where I was sitting in the room. It was me, my aunt, and my cousin. And of course, it was so funny. My family had snuck a cooler of beers into the hospital room.
Good.
And we were kind of sitting over by the window. And, you know, it was one of those things where she had congestive heart failure. She wasn't supposed to go for a while. In fact, she was kind of on an upswing. All the family had come through and visited already. I've got family in Australia. She was Australian that came over. And, so we were just there on a Tuesday. Like my cousin and I had just gone to islands. You know what I mean? We're sitting there like a little buzzed. And then all of a sudden she kind of stuff started spiking on whatever, alarms go off. The nurse comes in and she goes, you know, this basically in not so many words, like, this is it. And she kind of was like, we can give her a lot of morphine and make her more comfortable. It was so weird. Like my aunt is older than I am, but I was the one that she was looking at, and I'm the one that made the decision and was like, yeah, like give it to her, you know?
Yeah.
And that's sort of always kind of been my, like, you know, I am good in a crisis kind of that way. And I was just sort of like, yeah, you know, you should do that. And then they did it. And then she passed within a few minutes. And when I'm telling you the difference, like to see, that is probably where a lot of my belief does come from. Because watching the way the body changed, like the settling, the color, everything, like it was awe-inspiring, honestly. I was like, wow, something is gone. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was weird. Like, wow. And it was also kind of like a very quiet experience, you know, and it's also wild too, because my grandma had a best friend that had passed away too, and she didn't want to go like her because she died of kind of the same thing, but it was described as like drowning on land, like the whole family was there. I'm sorry I took this so. I have a tendency sometimes to go a little.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
I know. But I think knowing that my grandmother was actually like, it was kind of almost in your sleep kind of thing, and but it was wild. And then I called my family and everyone came and stuff. But I just thought I can't even describe like the way the room felt was different. Like less people in the room. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, like less energy, less souls.
Yeah, yeah, like the lights are a little more dim or something in that way.
Also, those hospice nurses are always like, "Should I give more morphine?" Wink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wink.
Let me give him more morphine.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. But I'm so glad I was there. Like, I almost feel honored because, like, there are a lot of grandkids in my generation, you know, and I sort of got to be there. And I don't know, there's something about it that was kind of lovely.
Yeah. It's very intimate.
Yeah.
peaceful, and yeah.
Yeah, I know. And I wasn't her favorite by any means. You know?
She hated me.
she actually hated me.
She really hated me.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, were you a lot like her?
No, my my middle sister, the one that is the history major, looked like her and was like her.
Okay,
but
she was a narcissist. That's what she liked. She liked to.
Yeah, that's what it was.
God rest her soul.
Yeah, but actually, we are now. I do think we are kind of a lot alike. Now that you think about it, we both love to drink, party. Her name was Molly, and they called her Molly Dolly. Everyone called her Molly Dolly, and they had this thing called the Molly Trolley, which is if you got on the Molly Trolley, you were partying until she stopped.
Wait, Dickie, when I asked you if she was like you, why did you say no?
I know. I don't know why. I guess I didn't. Never really put it together.
We gotta do a weekend where we do the Molly Trolley.
The Molly Trolley is a lovely.
We gotta get on that Molly Trolley.
Yeah. Molly Trolley is so good.
Know. Isn't that hilarious?
That's so
good.
Cute. Well, yeah, you're exactly like her.
Because that's what people sometimes reject what things they see in others that are like things that are hard for themselves, maybe, or like a lot of people that I've initially not, when I was younger at least, people that I didn't initially like. I was because they were very similar to me. And then I got over that and did like them. But that was an instinct when I was younger to be like, no, not you. And then be like, oh, that's because we're similar. And that's why I haven't accepted that.
Wow.
I will clarify. My grandma liked me. My grandma didn't hate me, Marcy.
Of course.
All right. Well, it sounds like whatever. I don't know. It feels like she was worried about how you were going to upstage her at the party. So.
No. I think
it's the Molly Trolley.
The Molly Trolley going to get you. You're making me cry laugh. I got
the Dickie Drive.
Yeah. I'll have to think on that. But it is true. I throw massive parties and kind of have that vibe of let's go, let's all go,
Yes.
We're here till the end.
Yeah, we're closing it down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, we could talk all day. But
I know. I was just clocking the time. Man, I did it again.
do we want to listen to a listener story?
I would love to.
Yes.
Okay,
personally.
I'm gonna pull one on up then.
Pull one up.
Hi, Betsy and Marcy. I love your podcast so much. I heard you're begging for listener stories. I've been thinking about sending this one in for a while, but it's kind of lame, and I don't know if it's actually a ghost story, but here it is anyway. So I was home alone one night. My husband was out, so I was enjoying a night by myself. I was making my favorite meal in the world for dinner, which is a breakfast sandwich, eggs, bacon and cheese on a bagel. He never lets me eat it for dinner, so, gotta make it when he's gone. And so I was making the bacon, and, making bacon on the stove, it takes forever. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna go over here and play the piano for a little bit, and I definitely won't forget that there's bacon on the stove. So that's what I did. And then all of a sudden, I was singing, and I started to whistle, and it sounded like an ambulance or like a fire truck. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, the bacon is burning. So I go into the kitchen, and I caught it right in time. I swear to you, I cannot whistle. I've tried since I was a kid. I practiced in high school. This is the best I got. Very weak. But the whistle that I made, it wasn't even my own voice. It sounded so crisp and clean, just like a fire truck, and it just really jogged me to get back into the kitchen. Prior to this happening, about a month before my grandpa had passed away, he had been in hospice for a few months, and we knew it was coming. It wasn't COVID, it was just old age, but we never got to say bye to him because it was during COVID when we couldn't visit him. And so he passed away in hospice, and he used to be a firefighter. And immediately when this happened, I was like, oh my God, this is my grandpa telling me to stop being an idiot and go finish cooking and pay attention to what you're doing. Otherwise, you might start a fire, which he definitely would not want. So I'm not sure if that's really anything, but it just was like so crazy that I wasn't paying attention at all, had completely forgotten about it, and then just whistled in a whistle that I cannot possibly make, and then was like, okay, Grandpa, I got you. All right, so yeah, I love your podcast. Bye.
I fucking love this podcast. It's so good. Oh my God,
Absolutely,
you guys.
that seems like
Yes.
her grandfather being like, "Hello, pay attention."
What?
Whoa.
Don't you guys think this? Like, it's the simplest stories that are usually right. Like, it's when it gets overcomplicated that you start to be like, something's amiss, you know?
Yes.
But like,
Yes.
just a weird little simple story. I'm like, absolutely.
Yes.
Same with lies, guys. Keep your lies simple.
Simple, because you don't want to have to remember all that fake shit.
It's a brief side note. I can always tell when people are lying because I start hearing so many details about stuff. And it's usually like, well, maybe a little bit of this happened, but you're really embellishing now.
You're painting a big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
think
keep
that,
the picture small.
yeah, get a little tiny picture.
Little tiny picture.
Put in your wallet. Absolutely. Also, guys, don't walk away from any frying situation. Every frying situation has to be keep a
'cause
watchful eye.
That grease is no joke, right? That's not, you can't put that out with water and that'll,
No.
Yeah,
Also, like, it doesn't take that long.
right.
But I get it. I get very, like, I've left the, like, filling the Brita so many times, being like, I can go do something else. And then I come back and it's just pouring over my, like, it's just a disaster.
It's like, how busy are our lives?
Not that busy by any means.
I also go ahead, Dickie.
Oh, I was just going to say that there's that thing where, you know, I think people are inherently bad at knowing how long something takes. Like if you ask someone how long it takes to like unload the dishwasher, right? And it's usually less than a minute. And anything that's like less than a minute, the idea is you should just do it, right? Like don't put off something that takes less than a minute, but you think everything will take so long, but it doesn't really. It's just like, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so funny. But like, I understand her being like, oh, this will take forever.
Yeah.
And then going over. But also, I'm sure that's what do you guys think? Like 30 seconds, 45 seconds? Like, to
Probably, right?
before it gets out of control, right? Like,
and before it gets out of control, like no time at all. Like,
right.
You know.
Right. What were you going to say, Marcy?
Wow.
I don't remember. I'm sure it was something about bacon, though, guys.
Oh, yummy.
Or how about this instinct to go play the piano? Like
That's what it was.
Okay.
I was going to say, like, how charming, though, to be like, let me go do a little chamber music.
a little moonlight sonata.
That's so awesome.
So I went to
imagine
compose
being
a
able to
piece.
play like imagine just being able to tickle the ivory.
I
you know?
mean, I think that is one of the sexiest qualities is when someone can play music by ear on anything.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
God, isn't that so beautiful?
Yes.
No.
Instead, we can do improv.
Ouch, Betsy.
Hey, I could talk to anybody.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I'm like Bran at the end of Game of Thrones. Like, I tell a good story. Everyone's like, boo, you're not king.
Well, it comes in handy sometimes.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. You know what else I liked about her? It was just sort of even though it was quiet, she sort of just kind of told it in like she wasn't holding for any spooky pause or anything. And she kind of unfolded that story with the detail and then sort of what happened. And you're like, oh, your grandfather just passed away. Like most people who are bad storytellers, I think would start with that.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right.
Also, gotta commend people who send in their voice memos because
I love
it's not easy to do. And I know that it's not. As a performer, I know like sending a voice note is maybe even harder because you want to go back and change. And so you want to go back. I want to go back, and you want to go back. So I commend you who send them in brag
Yeah.
brag to your friends that you
Brag.
you were
brag
able to do
away.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, do that. Also, too, it's just you can tell so much about a person just by listening to them, you know?
It is
Yes.
like I'm sure you're on the apps, right, Dickie?
The dating apps.
Now they have like voice memos on him
Yes.
so that you can like prompts and stuff.
Really?
And you can be like, this person's really cute. Nope, not the voice
Just
for me.
kidding.
Oh, no.
Not for mine.
no.
Not for bossy at all.
Also, a lot of guys doing their like little dad joke in that moment, you know? Oh, buddy.
Yeah. Not for me, but
Nope.
for someone. God bless. God bless.
God bless. God
God
bless.
bless. If
God
you
bless.
if you were to leave a little voice memo on a dating thing, have you thought about it?
Yeah.
I probably actually would be good to do that, but it's too hard to decide what to say.
Well, you know, if we're gonna apply our little rule of like the simpler the better, you know?
Don't lie.
Yeah.
Keep your lies simple, Marcy.
I bet you know what would
big
be so
tits.
good. If I was to write it for you, I'd be like, my girl's got big tits and she's haunted.
I got big haunted tits. Want to find out what that means?
Big old haunted tits.
Those in the know, they do know.
Love to hang out, hear a good story, and whoops, haunted.
Haunted tits.
Bets, what would you say?
Ooh, I don't know.
Dickie with the icebreakers. I love
Yeah,
this.
this is good.
I'm genuinely curious. You know, I think this is the other thing too. It's being a listener. I listen and I'm like, oh, almost wish I could ask. You know, and now I'm here and I'm like,
I love this.
Here we go. Here we go. Like, have you seen someone die?
Yeah, this is a great question though. Like, what's the thing you say?
Maybe
that you,
I would ask that. Have you seen someone die?
Now that is so. If I press play, I was like, have you seen someone die?
especially Betsy's voice.
I'm like, is that the lady from Ghost asking if you've seen someone die?
Is that the basement ghost? Okay.
Dickie,
Have you seen someone die?
let me know.
Do you want to see someone die?
Oh God, Dickie, what about you?
Yeah, what's yours? What's yours?
I think I'd be like, it's 3:00. Let's get on the dolly and the Molly trolley. Let's go.
Woo!
Like,
All right.
goes the trolley.
Trolleys don't toot; they go ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Ding
right.
ding on the Molly trolley.
Yeah, or I'd probably say something like, I won't tell.
Ooh, both of you guys are begging to commit crimes, though. Like,
I'll drive the
I
car.
won't tell.
I'll drive the car.
I'll be your getaway driver.
Yeah,
Come
you know,
on, come
my
on.
my most successful dating profile, the only thing I had written on it, this was Tinder. I just had one word and I wrote difficult. And then I just never wrote anybody back. And it was like, I was joking, but I wasn't. Like, I just was like, I can't be bothered with this thing.
Difficult.
That is so funny.
It was like about me. I just said difficult.
difficult.
Difficult. That's very funny.
Which is also like, I'm actually surprisingly easygoing. But I think
Yeah.
that's only once you're inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
on the outside, I was like, absolutely. If anyone's ever approached me, I've always been like, goodbye.
She can be aloof to the outsiders. That's
Yeah,
fine.
just a
Make it
little.
worse.
Yeah. I think it's and this, I try to teach myself this. It's my own lesson, but it's a mistake to chase. Never chase. That's sort of
yeah.
that's kind of the thing I've had to learn the hard way. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
just say, I literally this morning thought that because my cat had like something hanging out of his mouth, and I was like, "You don't swallow that, you idiot!" But you can't just go run and grab a cat. And I was like, I think the biggest thing I've learned from having cats is to just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. You don't have to act on the instinct. And I have seen myself implement it with people to be like, you don't have to do anything right now. Just wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you gonna say something, Betsy?
I've been working on that too because I'm very impulsive. Like I'm very like, we gotta do it. We gotta go right now. And it's been a big thing to be like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine. Just either positive or whatever the context is. Like where it's like, just chill out. It'll happen.
This is such a beautiful segue for like this thought. The biggest thing I've learned, kind of, I would say, as a witch person.
Ooh.
I listened to this long podcast about manifesting, and they were talking a lot about Marcella Kroll, who is someone that actually read my tarot once. But she was talking about the biggest part of manifesting is letting go after you ask. That you have to ask, and then if you keep asking over and over, you're essentially like, hello, universe, what the fuck are you doing? And that's annoying. And the universe at a whole is like, yo, trust us to get it done. You know, if you ask and you really think we can do it, then why would you keep emailing? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and that you actually push it farther down the line when you do that. And so the idea is like, you have to ask it, but then stop asking and move on with your life. And like, just trust that it will come in its own time. And you've done what you can. You've done your part. So, but people keep being like, well, where is it? Where is it? But that's the mindset that usually blocks you.
Wow, that's so good.
I know. Isn't that kind of another interesting way to kind of look at it? Like, yeah, you're absolutely, you're supposed to ask, be specific, you know, do it with like ask in the right way and do it, you know, like in your own little, whatever your routine is. But then once you've done it,
let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
Wow.
Honestly,
that's good.
That's a great thing to end on too.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I know you all love us, but let us go.
Let us go.
Let
Please.
us go.
Big haunted tits.
Big haunted tits. We gotta make a bunch of nun beer.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah, I'm drinking at 3 and let's go.
Yes.
Dickie, how much do you want people to find you? And if so, where or not?
Yes, I do. I actually do. You know why? Things are always evolving. I'm on Instagram at Dickie Pants. I think Hannah and I are going to start the tarot show as a podcast.
You should do it.
And we will absolutely have you guys on. I please be like some of our first guests.
I would love to.
We had a big talk, and October's coming up. We initially started it in October, and it feels like the right time, you know? So I think we're going to start. So follow me there, and then I will announce our podcast launch there. So
yes.
We love it.
Such a great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on. I love you.
Dickie,
I love you guys so much. I light all the candles for all of us all the time.
Yay, candles.
Oh.
That was awesome. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.